Thank you for this opportunity to be able to talk to the Korean people. The Palestinian Liberation Organization and the Palestinian Authority are the only representative of the Palestinian people. The Hamas is not part neither of the PLO or the Palestinian Authority. So the only representative of the Palestinian people are the Palestinian National Authority, which is recognized at the United Nations as a state of Palestine as an observer in the United Nations. Hamas was elected by the people at that time. But now, Hamas has lost the election and lost its support of the people. Well, that's the trick here. The Israeli government and Israel has been occupying military occupation by force of the Palestinian people, about 5.5 million people for the past 75 years. Occupation, military occupation. So Israel has no right to self-defense, has no right by international law, because if you are occupying people, you don't have the right to self-defense. We have the right for our freedom, for our dignity, for our self-freedom. Israel, until today, and last week was 30 years on the peace accord with Israel, has not complied with it. Israel does not want a Palestinian state on our land. Israel refuses to have any Palestinian staying on their land. And that's what we see in Gaza today. Gaza today, they have already destroyed over 50% of Gaza. That means that schools, homes, hospitals, infrastructure. And it has forced Palestinians to move from the north to the south, about 1.4 million people. That's against law, against international law. I don't know anything about the tunnels. This is Israeli propaganda, I guess. I have never seen a tunnel. I live in Gaza for many years. I never seen any tunnel. And Israel is just making excuses just for the destruction of Gaza. They want, you see, the whole idea is making Gaza people, 2.4 million people, force them to leave to Egypt and take over Gaza and destroy the whole Gaza, because Israel wants to have one country, one people, and no Palestinians in them. I have not seen any tunnels. Like I said, the Gaza is on the Mediterranean Sea. If there is tunnels like they claim, you know, the water will come in because from the sea, because we have all sand. So I don't understand how they can claim. I have not seen it. The world and the media just brings you what's happening today. You have to understand why is this happening. Like I've said, Israel has been occupying our people for the past 75 years. Military occupation. They're humanizing everybody. They're building walls, illegal settlements. They're taking our water. They're controlling our sea. They're controlling our air. They're controlling our everything. They control every aspect of Palestinian lives for the past 75 years. That by itself is against international law. The conflict did not start October the 7th. We are against the killing of any civilians, Palestinians or Israelis, or any. But this conflict started 75 years and it continues because the international community is the one that is responsible for all the killings that is going on. So don't blame the victim. The Palestinians are the victims of the victims of Europe. We are the victims. They are not the victims. You cannot be in military occupation and claim to be a victim. No, the victim is the people that have military occupation and controlling their lives on a daily basis. Those are the victims, and the Palestinians are the victims. And today, the people that are dying in Gaza does not justify what happened October the 7th. Over 8,500 people died. Over 50% of Gaza completely destroyed. It looks like World War II has happened. The amount of the bombs that fell on Gaza is equal almost to the bomb that came on Hiroshima. And that's called self-defense? No, that's called genocide, ethnic cleansing, extermination of the Palestinians. It's not about Hamas anymore. You know, like I said before, we are against the killing of all civilians. Israel holds over 6,000 to 7,000 hostages, Palestinian hostages, in their jails for many, 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 many years. We have over 2,000 Palestinians, young kids, even 6 years old, in jails. Women, men, old men. They've been tortured. They're being killed in these prisons. And then Israel comes and kills Palestinians. You see, before October 7, you know, Israel and its illegal settlers have killed in the West Bank alone over 254 civilians. Nobody cared. Nobody talked about them. And now everybody is just talking about what happened October the 7th. Well, go on the internet and put Netanyahu 2007, put on also on the internet his Minister of Defense, put on that. They all said one thing: we will be very happy if Hamas takes over Gaza, so we can claim them as enemies. Second, why did Israel allow money to come in Gaza and give them to Hamas? Why did Israel, with all this technology they have airplanes flying over Gaza 24 hours, 7 days a week. They could not see that weapons are coming in. They could not see where the rockets come out. No. Israel wants Hamas because they can claim that they cannot have, the Palestinians are not united. They helped divide the Palestinians, and they continue on helping dividing the Palestinians. So Israel is responsible for everything that Hamas does. Israel is to be responsible for every child, women, and men, and house, school, hospital that's been destroyed. And we will go to the international court, and we will go after every official that supported the genocide, the war crimes in Gaza and in Palestinian occupied land. Well, you have to ask Israel and its allies. Stop bombing Gaza. Very simple. The solution is for the whole thing. Israel has to end its military occupation of Palestinian territories. Israel has to comply with the United Nations resolutions. Hamas is a byproduct of Israeli occupation. Radicalism is a byproduct of occupation. Poverty is a byproduct of occupation, military occupation. Stop the military occupation. Simple. Ironically, Israel is still thinking as a military occupation. Israel has no right to decide the life and the future of Palestinians. The Palestinians have the right to choose their own life. That's it. Yeah, I have my house, I have my family, and my wife's family in Gaza. We already lost so many friends. We already lost some of our family. We already lost our homes. Unfortunately, when I go back to Gaza, I will not find the friends that I knew. I will not find the neighbors I knew. I will not find the neighborhood I used to live in. Is that fair? That's called self-defense? My kids will not see the childhood school they went to. They will not play with the friends that they used to be with, unfortunately. Keep your humanity. Don't support the war. Don't support the genocide in Gaza. Don't support the ethnic cleansing in Gaza. Don't support the extermination of Palestinians in Gaza. Palestinians have the right to live. Don't lose your humanity. Don't listen to the media that tells you that Israel is the victim. No. Palestinians are the victims. Israelis are the victimizers. Israelis are a military occupation country for the past 75 years. Enough is enough. Please keep your humanity and support the freedom of the Palestinians.